Thank you for being here. Thank you for the City of Springdale for helping create a great venue to have this announcement today by closing Emma Street. I will predict to you that this street will have a new vitality in about 45 minutes that we've been waiting years and years to see. So it's only fitting that we've closed Emma Street now, because what we're going to see in the future is going to be very great. My name is Perry Webb, and I have the great honor of being the president of the Chamber of Commerce here. And it's truly an honor for me to be asked to help MC and just kind of drive this program for you today. There's been a lot of conversations for a lot of years. I saw some people in the crowd a while ago that I know when I got here 21 years ago were talking about something like this happening, and that was a long time ago. There's been a lot of things that have occurred and a lot of successes that this community has had over the last 20 years, but I would also predict to you that nothing is as major as what you're about to hear about. Let's get this show on the road, if you will. Please welcome the chairman of Tyson Foods, John Tyson, for a very important announcement. John?
Well, when I first came down to Emma Street, I didn't need eyeglasses. So I remember I was 5 years old, and some of y'all might remember a photographer for the Springdale News, a guy named Lynn Wright. And then Jim Bigford, he used to take pictures up and down the street. And it's quite an evolution. Springdale has been a cornerstone for my granddad, for my dad, and for myself. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, and good morning. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank Perry. Carl, thanks for representing your family and being here. To my neighbor, Walter Turnbow, thanks for being here, Walter. To Miss Henry, we thank you for being here. And to her lovely daughter, Ginger, who's a special friend in my life. To Buddy Ray, Leland Tollett, Bill Irwin, Mike Edmonds, I can't name all the familiar faces and the new faces that make up the Tyson team. And to the Tyson team members, some of us were able to get into our khakis, and some of us have aged well, and we weren't able to get into our khaki shirts. And we won't name those folks today. 80 years ago, since my granddad started here on Emma Street, 1935. He started out as a trucker, hauling fruits and vegetables to the local marketplaces. And the challenges then was, how do you keep the truck working 12 months out of the year? And he went and bought some live chickens, as the story's been conveyed to me, and took them to Chicago and made $235, wired $220 home and kept $15. And it's kind of ironic and kind of the full circle, our recent acquisition of the great brands and team members with the Hillshire acquisition that's based in Chicago. After we started hauling live chickens, it led to the creation of Tyson's Feed and Hatchery that used this office building in the 40s. And it was the home base for the foundation that became the foundation for our company, that led at a time to move our world headquarters out to a piece of property, as the story's been conveyed to me, that the land where the current headquarters was a piece of land my granddad bought, with the theory that if what started on Emma Street didn't work, he'd have a piece of land to farm and raise his family on. And I would have to say that Granddad's been rather successful in laying that foundation. That location on the Parkway, named after my dad, and it's the only thing that my dad allowed to be named after him while he was alive, because the running joke was, son, you can do whatever you want to, but you can't name anything after me until I'm gone. But we were fortunate with Mayor Van Hoos and with his two grandchildren to be there that day when they cut the ribbon to open up the non-Tyson Parkway. One man with a truck, a desire to solve business problems. We've become one of the largest food companies in the world and here in America. Today we have over 113,000 team members, but we don't have many on Emma Street. Today we come back home, back to a place where many memories for me, for my youth, and running up and down the street and getting my hair cut across the street. It's nice to be home, as they would say. Downtown Springdale's where we started. There's a rich history here. There's a rich past here. but now we can start to help plan the future for our town, my hometown. Yes, we're all part of this growing economy called Northwest Arkansas. Each and every community contributes in distinct and universal ways, whether it's the university in Fayetteville, whether it's us here in Springdale along with the other businesses here, to the businesses in Rogers, to the businesses in Bentonville, to the businesses in Siloam Springs. We have grown by hard work. We have grown by success and just trying to solve business problems. Last January, we announced a gift of $1 million to the Downtown Alliance. And the purpose of the donation is to help jumpstart the growth and revitalization of downtown. What's really important, though, is how do you get people on the street? And that's why we have plans today, and you'll see the plans, that we're going to bring approximately 300 new people down here to work and live on Emma Street to create an opportunity for Emma Street to be what it is, what it can be, and what it will be. Our plans are being finalized, but what we can tell you at this point, the space behind us is going to be renovated. We will use the original office building. We will keep the original structure. We will add a two-level, 44,000 square foot building that will house approximately 300 Tyson team members. They tell me it'll be done by 2017, but we'll have some encouragement to go at the right pace to maybe be done sooner. Earlier this year, we announced plans for the Jdl Building, and I think of the stories of my granddad and Harvey and how they spent time together trying to make this town better. As you can see, the renovation on that has started. We plan to make that the home of our company store, and it'll be part of our team members' ability to buy our products and others to buy Tyson products. And we'll locate some Tyson team members as well there, about 75 in fact. However, our vision for this area involves more than just remodeling some buildings and moving part of our workforce downtown. Our company's vision is to be the global, innovative leader of creating great food experiences, and we simply want my hometown, our hometown, to be part of that. Our vision, our desire, along with the family, the Tyson team members, and the leadership of this company, is for downtown Springdale to become a regional hub for innovation with a focus on the natural assets of this great town, and assets that are made up of energetic, diverse population, and obviously a legacy of entrepreneurs. We're still working on the details of what that will look like, working with our partners, the Downtown Springdale Alliance, the Chamber of Commerce, and the other business leaders who will contribute in their own individual ways to make this place exciting, open, fun, and we can build on that. As many of you know, the Downtown Master Plan is being developed, and hopefully this will be the first of many, many announcements that will build on this. We ask, and we hope others will join this effort to help make downtown Springdale a destination in its own unique way, an intersection of commerce, food, the arts, the families. I can tell you that I'm proud, my family's proud, and my two sisters and my daughter are here with me today, and it's nice to see the generations. It would have been nice if Dad would be here today with us. But we want to thank you for allowing our family and our company to be part of the Springdale community. We're proud to be part of Springdale, but we're proud because of the possibilities of change, innovation, and creativity that come from this great community. And we're simply excited to be a part of the past, but we're more excited about being a part of the future. Thank you to the Tyson team members. Thank you, Springdale.
An innovation hub by Tyson Foods. You're going to hear a lot about that over the next several months, I would guess. As John said, one of the driving forces that's gained momentum over the last few years has been the Downtown Springdale Alliance, and many members of that board, most all members of that board, are here today. The chairman of that organization for the last couple of years has been Carl George. If you would welcome Carl and his vision of the Downtown Springdale Alliance. Carl.
Thank you, Perry. As president of the Downtown Springdale Alliance, our organization would like to thank Tyson Foods, along with John and the Tyson family, for today's announcement. The City of Springdale, the Downtown Springdale Alliance, and all of us here are grateful to your organization for taking a lead role in investing in the future vision of our downtown. That vision, driven by community feedback and fueled by investments like the one being celebrated today, is being captured in the Springdale Master Plan, a blueprint for success currently under development. This master plan that will cover various issues that are important to the long-term success of downtown, such as economic analysis, urban design emphasis, and street improvements. It will also allow for identification of other catalytic projects. It takes a community to drive positive change. In addition to Tyson's investment, others have already invested in the vision and taken initiative by starting new businesses. These businesses, along with previously existing businesses, are the cornerstone of our downtown. This announcement, along with other previously announced catalytic projects like the CARE Foundation's investment in the Walter Turnbow Park and the Walton Family Foundation's investment in downtown and the Razorback Greenway, have played a vital role in realizing downtown Springdale's full potential. These foundations, along with the numerous retailers, restaurants, property owners, and developers, make up the dynamic culture of this region. This downtown initiative means a lot to me personally because, like Tyson, our company's business roots are on Emma. My great-grandparents and grandparents lived just down the street on Emma Avenue. At our corporate office, many pictures taken in the 30s and 40s line the walls with photos of my great-grandfather, my great-uncle, and my grandfather running the business from our downtown office. Seeing these pictures has always led me to reflect on the potential that they saw in Springdale and downtown in particular. I think today's announcement, along with the Downtown Master Plan, will help set the stage for a new chapter in our city's history. The mission of the Downtown Springdale Alliance has been to assist in beautifying the surroundings and creating excitement in order to drive economic development. With today's announcement, this initiative can go to another level. The amount of foot traffic that will be generated downtown with Tyson's commitment will create many opportunities for existing and new businesses to thrive. The Downtown Springdale Alliance would also like to thank Tyson Foods for the $1 million gift they gave our organization last year. With this gift, through a collaborative effort, we have partnered with the City of Springdale to hire the St. Louis-based H3 Studio to help lead the design and development of the master plan. Now, several months into this process, we have engaged over 350 individual stakeholders to generate a draft plan that can be seen today. We hope that the plan will be passed by December so we can begin implementing the master plan in 2016. In addition, we are working with Daniel Hance of the Velocity Group to ensure alignment between the master plan vision and the Downtown Springdale Alliance, paving the way for a relevant downtown organization with clear strategies to help keep the excitement and momentum going. We also launched the #Downtown Initiative in early September as a way to highlight the great stories of support, engagement, and excitement generated from downtown. The #Downtown Initiative has already captured over 1,000 positive posts, and I'm sure after today's great announcement there will be many more. So where do we go from here? We all need to get involved in the master plan process, support our downtown businesses, enjoy the Razorback Greenway Trail, support Folk and Food Initiative, support the Arts Center of the Ozarks and the Arts Center of the Ozarks and the Shallow Museum, just to name a few. Once again, I'd like to thank Tyson Foods and all the people who have volunteered their time and resources to make today possible. Thank you.
Carl has been a wonderful chairperson. I will tell you, by being involved in the process, in the early days of the Downtown Springdale Alliance, things were not always smooth. There were a lot of different opinions, a lot of different ideas of what needed to happen first and what the priorities should be and how do you pay for that and how do you move the needle forward. I will also tell you that in the early days, one of the driving forces of commonality, common sense, and just being smart in a process was done by Doug Sprouse, our mayor. His leadership has gotten us to where we are today because, quite frankly, he played referee a lot of times in those conversations. So would you please welcome our mayor, Doug Sprouse. Well, thank you.
This is an exciting day that I've been waiting for a long time, and I know you have too. And so I'll not tarry long. I saw a crane with an 1,100-pound ball hanging off of it over here, and I think we're all anxious to see what that's going to do. But I tell you, you know, we all have different, those of us that grew up here, all have different memories of downtown. And, you know, I can remember going to Lick Lighters with my mom to buy my first Cub Scout uniform. And coming down here as a teenager and going to Joyce's or sometimes Oglesby's for a milkshake. And, you know, we all talk about the good old days, and truth is, if we all go back to the good old days, they probably weren't as good as what we remember them as, but they're still our good old days. But for my grandkids, when I take them to the taqueria and they get to sit out on the little tables and eat their food, or take them to Luther George Park and let them play on that new playground, or we ride through on their bikes through the Greenway, through Walter Turnbow Park and Shallow Square. They're making their good old days. And as you know, as Johnny and Carl both spoke about the master plan, I'm going to tell you, we don't have the finished product yet. We're going to see it soon. And but I've seen enough of it, and you have too, in the public meetings to know that it's going to be a bold plan. And it's going to take some commitment. And I know I'm not going to take time to announce them, but most, if not all, of our city council members are here, and I want to thank them for their support as we've gotten to this point. And our planning commissioners, many of them are here, and they will be called upon, as will the mayor and others, to support this master plan when it comes back, and not bits and pieces of it, but all of it, because it's not the mayor that created the master plan. It's not the city council. It's not the Chamber of Commerce. It's not the Downtown Springdale Alliance. It's the people of Springdale who came and participated in those meetings that created what we'll see as the master plan. It's Springdale's plan. And I'm asking you right now to hold me accountable as we hold our council accountable and our planning commission and the alliance and the chamber and everyone else who's involved to make this master plan a reality. Because we're building the future good old days for somebody. And I can't wait. You know, it's been said that the most significant things we accomplish in life many times we don't get to see. And I believe that. And that's okay with me. But I'm going to get to see enough of it. I'm getting to see some of it today. I want to talk just for a minute about today, because this is huge. This is, you know, there's not in life we have certain milestones and markers we lay down of significant events and those game changers. Well, as a revitalization effort in downtown Springdale, today is one of those game changers. And it's the first of many, but one of the reasons this is so important is that if there are still people out there who are wondering or doubting whether revitalization is going to happen in downtown Springdale, well, after today, they won't need to wonder anymore. And we are so excited about and thankful about what Johnny has announced today and what Tyson is doing. You know, I don't know of another city, certainly not one that I'm familiar with, that can boast the heritage that Springdale has. I could almost throw a rock to where JTL started, Jones Truck Lines, Harps Foods, George's, Tyson. And to think that all those great companies and all that has happened as a result of those companies started right here is just amazing to me. And now for Johnny and for Tyson to talk about coming home, that's a huge, huge deal. So join me in thanking again this great effort. I really don't have anything else. I'd just be meandering and wandering, and I'd just as soon get on with the program. So Perry, come on back and get us started. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for your comments and your leadership and your vision and your ability to bring people together in a great way. Thank you. I've worked with a lot of mayors. I've had the opportunity to work with all the mayors I've worked with in my career have been great mayors, but none any greater than Doug Sprouse. I was just laughing up here a while ago. I've only lived in Springdale 21 years. I'm the baby of this group. The rest of you grew up here. Gosh, I'm the outsider on the podium today. John, I want to bring back just a memory real quickly with you. I think it was about 1997 or 98. I was sitting in my office one day and they came in and said, John Tyson's on the phone. It was the first time you'd ever called me. So I reacted as you would expect me to react. And your quote was, I just left the Jones Center. Your father and you had been out dedicating a health facility, a workout room out there. You'd given them some money to do that at the Jones Center. And you said, Bernice Jones just chewed me out for us not doing enough on downtown. You remember that conversation? Bernice is looking down today, very happy at what's going on. So, John, thank you for that. I know the Jones Center and Bernice, if she were able to be here, and man, I wish she could have been. It would be a great day in her eyes, too. Walter, thank you for being here. Cheryl, Carla, thank you. The Tyson family, the Tyson associates, the political leaders, the civic leaders, the business community, the leadership groups, the media, thank everybody. This is a great day in the future and the history of Springdale. Give yourself a round of applause one final time. We're going to have a little ceremony in a few moments. Some of you may remember back about a year and a half ago, we had a similar type situation at the Jdl Building over here on Mill Street. And I was crazy enough to get real close that day and almost got killed. So I'm going to stay back here in the middle of the street when we do this next program. We're going to actually move over in just a moment, and John and the mayor and Walter, one of our great founding fathers of this community. Mr. Springdale, I call him. But they're going to get together, and we have got a crane set up, and the demolition will begin in a very ceremonial way. Look for the video because there is a GoPro camera on the ball. So that's going to be an interesting picture that you'll see. Let's get this show on the road, if you will.
We're going to try not to hurt anybody, first of all. 3, 2, 1.
Part of Springdale, but we're proud because of the possibilities of change, innovation, and creativity that come from this great community. And we're simply excited to be a part of the past, but we're more excited about being a part of the future.